Hey now, Tough Skin Soft Heart family. Welcome to another edition of Tough Skin Soft Heart. Hey now, Tough Skin Soft Heart family. I am so grateful that we are gathering. Hey now, Tough Skin Soft Heart family. Welcome back to another episode. And really just welcome back to our community table. Hey now, Tough Skin Soft Heart family. Welcome to another edition of the Tough Skin Soft Heart podcast. Look, I have some great news for y'all and some, I don't want to say bad news. I just want to say, news, y'all. So the great news is we are still in our conversation. April is Stress Awareness Month. We are taking care of ourselves. You know, this is our 15 minutes of inspiration and strategy where we gather as a collective to share collective wisdom to invest in our emotional well-being. Look, it does us no good long term to seek to be hope dealers and bridge builders and difference makers, to show up as glue in the midst of gloom, as creators in chaos, as innovators and architects of healing in the places that we are planted, home, marketplace, and in community. It serves us no sustainable good, y'all, to do that for others at the expense of our own wellness. And so we've learned as a family that it is important to nourish our souls. We've learned as a family that we don't just put our mask on first in the case of an airplane situation, but we've learned that physician, heal thyself, take care of myself, invest in myself with the same intensity that I lead, love, and serve with others is important, that we want to lead well from the inside out. And so that's the great news. You should see my face, y'all. I don't know if anybody has a cute fur baby that kind of puts their face down when they get in trouble, but y'all, we only have 6 weeks left in season 3. It is hard to believe that we have been together the first 5 months of the year almost. And so I just have to tell you all, because usually what happens is about in April or May, the family starts feeling a certain way because we're getting to the end of the season and you weren't ready yet. So I'm just sharing in advance, not so you shoot the messenger, but so that we can prepare collectively. We have to prep our hearts a little bit that we won't be together in this way, in this same way every Wednesday. And part of that, y'all, is because we're coming up on Rockstar Woman Brunch season, right? Registration for the Rockstar Woman Brunch experience opens Friday, May 6th. And there is so many. I can't wait to tell you all of the exciting things that are a part of this year's Rockstar Woman Brunch experience. One of which I'll just tell you now. You all asked me for more of the signature brand of inspiration and strategy you have come to love from us, and you want more products, you want more goods. And so we married those two things together. And so you are going to want to register for Rockstar Woman Brunch by the end of May. Starting in June, we are doing what we are calling SOAR sessions, June, July, and August. It will be every second Thursday from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. I've invited some dynamic SOAR session catalysts because here's the truth. Having aspirations, ambition, and wellness goals is universal, but how it shows up is custom. And so I'm not calling them speakers because I don't want it to be prescriptive. I'm calling them catalysts because I want, as you hear their stories, that it ignites something on the inside of you, and it ignites action, creativity, and innovation as it pertains to your own aspirations, ambition, and wellness. So we'll hear from our catalysts for a certain amount of time. And then as a community, we're going to cross-pollinate ideas to help advance each of our abilities to soar. Oh, it's going to be so good. And did I tell you, if that wasn't great enough, that you will get in the mail a gift one of our signature gifts. If you've ever gotten anything in our brunch box gifts, you know we give good gifts. Listen, I grew weary of going to conferences and getting another silicone stress ball and an ink pen or a paperweight. I'm not knocking those things if that's what your organization produces. All I'm saying is that somehow they just always seem to end up in Deuce's toy box. I want gifts that you love, that are functional, that you would use every day, and that every time you see that gift, it continues that process of disrupting and dismantling any of those obstacles that stand in the way of you soaring. Oh, I'm so excited. Can y'all feel the excitement? Even if you're not watching, if you're listening, I hope you can feel the excitement. So pretty much, if you register in May, you're going to start getting extra gifts on top of what's in this year's brunch box. You'll start getting gifts in June. So gifts and signature brand and strategy inspiration sessions, June, July, August, and then September, boom, it's the brunch. So that's why, y'all, I can't keep going with the podcast. That's why, because we're going to be focusing that time there. But I'm just excited to be with y'all. Wherever you are is where I want to be. And so I think that's enough housekeeping and family stuff. Let's dive into today's conversation. We're still talking about stress awareness, right? We've been starting these episodes with putting our hand, I like to use my right hand over my heart. That was me taking a cleansing breath. Those of you that are watching can see that I have closed my eyes. It's a way, part of the reason why I close my eyes when I put my right hand over my heart and I'm doing some cleansing breaths, is it because it's a tactical touch point, that hand over the heart. Closing my eyes is symbolic of closing out the distractions. This means that I can make my car a sacred space, the shower a sacred space, bathroom time a sacred space, right? When I'm sitting in the garage, shifting that hat from work and founder life to, for me, mama and wife life, it's a sacred space moment that I can check in head and heart with myself. And so I encourage you to do that. You might need to pause the podcast for just a second and just check in. Where is stress showing up? Head, heart, spirit, soul, even finances. Look, sometimes our spending gets out of control because I'm stressed, right? I'm out here therapy shopping, right? When I shouldn't be. And so we have to ask ourselves. We talked last week about the importance of asking the question, of not acting like it's not happening, of not tucking away the things that cause disruption, worry, or stress, but unpacking it and not rushing towards solution or resolution, but asking questions and acknowledging, becoming aware of the cues and the clues, trying to articulate to us that stress is present in some aspect of our lives, and then how that issue may cause other connected issues because at the root is something that is a stressor. So I wrote something to myself the other day, and some of you, if we're connected on Twitter, you might have seen this, but I said, and I asked myself, it was a mixture, y'all, of asking and then reading myself. Sometimes you got to ask yourself some questions and you have to read yourself, right? You know, we use reading somebody in urban slang to talk about I'm getting you together by telling you the truth about yourself. Listen, if we would just read ourselves, right? But I won't go there. That's a whole nother conversation. But you know, instead of reading other people, we just need to read ourselves, right? There is enough work to be done in reading ourselves, right? I don't even have time to call you out because I need to call myself in. So this was me calling myself in. I was reading myself and asking myself some questions, right? And I wrote this to myself. I said, Shannon, if the pace of leading, doing, working, and serving doesn't align with your wellness goals, it is up to you to change it. Shift the pace by saying no. Ooh, y'all, if that was not a read, okay? How you gonna read and snap at yourself at the same time? Because it was the truth. It was my truth. But is that your truth too? You know, one of the things I have been reminding myself of is that our use of the word no. And I'm being very deliberate in that language because we know there's been so much conversation about the importance of saying no that for many of us, our audience, right? The tough skin, soft heart community, what I know about you is that it is very easy for you to lead, love, and serve in transformational ways, even when you're not okay. You know how to show up as bridge over troubled water, even when you are in the midst of a hurricane, right? Let's be honest, right? That was a collective family read in case you missed it, right? I'm just reading everybody. I'm reading me, I'm reading us, because this is how we're going to grow. It's Stress Awareness Week, so we have to be honest, right? So we know how to slay even when we are in the midst of a hurricane. And while we know how to do that, family, I propose to us that that is not healthy. What is healthy is for us to protect pace and performance and productivity and restorative rest in our lives. And so the word pace, it's a word that we've been talking about specifically, my husband and I love a definition that D uses all the time. He says, Shan, pace is the speed at which something moves. Pace is the rhythm or the flow. And it's interesting. I'm going to tell y'all an interesting fun fact. Both Darrell and I played instruments all the way until college. He played, I don't even know if y'all can guess what he played. He played the oboe. And I played the clarinet, so you all know Deuce has already been baptized involuntarily into the woodwind family of instruments, right? And so when I was playing the clarinet, I used to play even in high school in the Wayne State Community Band in Detroit. There were times when our conductor would use a metronome. And a metronome is a computerized pace-keeping instrument. And it just tick, 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 tick. Whatever you set the metronome to, it will keep the pace. And it was something that he would use to condition us to with pace, if that's something that he noticed that we need. And so what I've been learning in my own journey is that our use of the word no or the word yes is like a metronome. In your life, the word yes is like the gas pedal and the word no is like the brakes. And for some of us, we've been way too liberal with our yes. So it has us moving at the speed of light. And then we get overwhelmed or fed up and then we brake hard with our no. And it's like a right? If you've ever been in the car with someone who brakes really hard, your whole body jerks forward and back because that's real, y'all. If we've not allowed our no's to temper our yes, then the pace of doing, leading, serving, working gets out of control. So I am going to leave y'all with this thought as we talk about stress awareness. How can you better or more effectively, right? It might be progressive. It's not, we don't have to hard stop. How can you this week progressively become more effective in using your no as a metronome? If you're moving at a breakneck pace, the people who benefit from you moving at a breakneck pace are not going to compel you to stop. We don't want to wait until symptoms show up in our physical bodies to prompt us to stop or to cause us to have a hard stop. We're listening in. It's Stress Awareness Month. We're being aware. We're being in tune. So say these words with me. Right hand over the heart. We'll end our conversation with this. I will rest. I will not be moved by compulsion. I will move by choice. I will use my no as a metronome to protect against cyclical functioning burnout and overextension. Rest is a critical component to my innovation, elevation, peace, and joy. While you have that hand over your heart, I just want to remind you that you are a gift. You are a gift, a sacred gift that is worthy of honor, that is worthy of protection, worthy of leadership longevity, that needs to be invested in so that you can be the gift that you're supposed to be in the earth for a long time and not prematurely depart because you didn't know how to say no. I'm thinking of you. Until next time. Podcasts during the month of April are sponsored in part by University of Michigan Health West. As part of one of the world's leading healthcare organizations, University of Michigan Health West is relentlessly advancing health to serve West Michigan. This has always been their hallmark, a passion for patients and keeping them at the heart of everything they do. Their innovations change care, and their care changes lives. For more information, visit uofmhealthwest.com.